Hello and welcome to our video series on the existence of God, where we explore questions and topics related to God's existence and also arguments for and against the existence of God. In today's segment, we're going to look at one of the most powerful arguments for the existence of God. It is the argument from the origin of the universe. Philosopher and Christian apologist Dr. William Lane Craig formulates the argument for God's existence from the origin of the universe very beautifully. And this argument can be framed in three simple steps. First, if the universe began to exist, then the universe has a cause for its beginning. Second, the universe began to exist. And therefore, the logical conclusion is the universe has a cause for its beginning. Now, how does this argument point to the existence of God? Craig argues that when we do a conceptual analysis of what it means to be a cause of the beginning of the universe, it gives us a powerful ground for believing in the existence of a beginningless, uncaused, timeless, spaceless, immaterial, enormously powerful, personal creator of the universe, which is precisely what everybody means by God. Now, logically speaking, this is a valid argument. So the only question is whether the two premises are more plausibly true than false. So let's take a look at each of the two premises. The first premise says that if the universe began to exist, then the universe has a cause for its beginning. Now let me give you two reasons in support of this premise. Firstly, the principle of causality. The fundamental rule that science relies on is that things don't just pop into existence without a reason or a cause. Therefore, the universe itself couldn't have just appeared from absolutely nothing without a cause. Secondly, the absurdity of causeless creation. If things could spontaneously come from nothing, then there is no logical reason why we wouldn't see any sort of random thing just popping into existence all the time. Our everyday experience with reality tells us that things with beginning have causes. What about the second premise, which says that the universe began to exist? Philosophically speaking, we have good reasons to believe the universe began to exist. The argument for the beginning of the universe can be formulated in four simple steps. First, we are in the present. Second, in order to get to the present in an infinitely old universe, an infinite amount of time would have to be crossed. Third, it is impossible to cross an infinite amount of time to get to now in an infinite universe. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that the universe is not infinite in the past. It had a beginning. Now, this is not merely a philosophical conclusion. Recent scientific discoveries support the philosophical idea that the universe had a starting point. For instance, scientists have observed that the universe is expanding. So what? Think of it like rewinding a movie of this expansion. Everything in the universe would get closer and closer until eventually all of space would shrink to a single point. This point represents the very beginning of both space and time itself. Physicist Alexander Vilenkin remarks, and I quote, "With the proof now in place, cosmologists can no longer hide behind the possibility of a past eternal universe. There is no escape. They have to face the problem of a cosmic beginning. End quote. On the basis, therefore, of both philosophical argument and scientific evidence, we have absolutely good grounds for believing that the universe began to exist, which is the second premise of the argument. Therefore, it follows from the two premises that the universe has a cause for its beginning. So, what could have possibly caused the universe to come into existence? Let's think about the necessary qualities and traits of this first cause. First, it must be uncaused, because you can't have an endless chain of causes stretching backward forever. There has to be an initial uncaused starting point. Second, this ultimate cause must exist outside of time and space, because it is the very thing that created time and space. It also can't be made of physical matter, as matter itself exists within space and time and is therefore something the cause produced. Third, this initial cause must be incredibly powerful to create all energy and matter in this universe. Lastly, this cause must be a conscious thinking being, a person. Philosopher Richard Swinburne suggests that the only thing we can know of that can be timeless and immaterial are minds or abstract concepts like numbers. But abstract concepts can't actually do anything or cause anything. Therefore, the fundamental cause of the universe must be a personal being with a mind. In short, this line of reasoning about the universe's origin strongly suggests the existence of a God who is without beginning or cause, exists outside of time and space, is not made of matter, is immensely powerful, and is a conscious, personal creator. If you carefully think about it, this fits the common understanding of what God means. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and enjoy content such as this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share it around. See you in the next episode. God bless you.